with the full force of my ace detectiveness. Order! Order in the court! That is enough deliberation over this witness. I can't believe this. At this rate, runners, don't give up now, Nick. We still have tomorrow. We can still look for more evidence, and by then it'll be too late. Huh? Why? Double jeopardy. One of the basic rules of any court of law. Double jeopardy? Should a defendant be tried and found innocent in court, the defendant can be tried again for the same crime. This is a fundamental rule of all courts. And it applies to this witness as much as it applies to everyone else. Mr. Atsby will be found guilty in a matter of minutes. As guilty as masked the mask, which means he will be innocent as far as the murder of Kane Bullitt is concerned. No way! The fact that you were unable to prove Mr. Atby's guilt of that crime here means that he will never again be tried as Kane Bullitt's murderer. No, there's nothing I can do to possibly win. Even if Ron is proclaimed to be innocent, the real killer, Look at me, will go free. You have cross-examined every statement the witness has made here today. Yeah, that's exactly it, Charlotte, and welcome back. I don't know. As long as there's no more testimony, I'm afraid I have to declare this witness. There was no further questioning this witness. Are there any objections? Then I hereby end this cross-examination of Luke at me. I think I see it. Your Honor, when you were a child, this is what was on your report card every year. Has poor hearing and often makes mistakes as a result. How did you? Phoenix, raise your head up high. Have you forgotten what I used to tell you? A lawyer is someone who smiles no matter how bad it gets. That voice. No way! A long time no see, Phoenix. Mia! This is the true power of the Korean channeling technique. I know it's really Maya standing before me, but right now, she is my mentor, Mia Fey. Now, let's do this. But there's nothing more we can do, Mia. Without any more testimony, I can't cross-examine. Not yet. The testimony is not over yet. What do you mean? Your Honor, what you just said just now, you said something very interesting. You have cross-examined every statement the witness has made here today. Yes, that is true, but unfortunately, Your Honor, you're forgetting something. Earlier, after that last cross-examination, this witness made a number of remarks. Not in this one. Well, the thing is that the judge doesn't know that spirit mediums are involved, and he's blind to this all, despite the evidence being right in front of his face. Yeah, this is just Maya in front of for the audience. Never mind the fact that she suddenly grew a much bigger bust and grew taller and a couple of other things. Yeah, that didn't happen. The judge is a moron. Yes, but these comments appear to have no importance whatsoever. Very well. Then we shall prove their importance via cross-examination. At any rate, as long as the witness has made these remarks, we, the defense, assert our own right to question them. Is that all right with you, prosecutor? Is something the matter, Mr. Godot? Ah, nothing. Oh, Sir Lawyer, it looks like we're one step too late. If you think such falsehood would do anything to me, look at... Let's hear it. Huh? It's true the witness made some remarks. So then, let's hear this last bit of cross-examination. Mr. Goddard, what are you? Very well then, Mr. Luke Atmay. I'm going to allow the defense to cross-examine your earlier remarks. The defense would like to hear why you declare the defendant to be the true murderer. So please, give us one last bit of testimony. Phoenix, this is it. This is our absolute last chance. Yes, Chief. God is hiding quite a few things. Indeed, it is true that I was not at Lottie Taylor. I had to leave to see about another vital important job request. I had known about the date beforehand, so I had this photograph readied. My brilliant deduction was what informed me that the true culprit was Rhonda Light. And thanks to the key card and wallet, it was abundantly clear that he was there. I was also able to make a deduction from the buzzer, which only sounded once. The button did not have any fingerprints on it. Why? The victim could have left prints when he sounded it, which means the killer sounded it. Mr. Light was wearing the mask outfit, which is why he left no prints. And the blackmail letter? The victim most likely mistook the color of the jewel. Zvari! Therefore, all the evidence points to that poor boy. This testimony actually seems to hold up pretty well. The witness' earlier remarks does not appear to have been hastily prepared. All of his points have been explained, and none of them seem to contradict anything. But of course. But how did you know about the emergency buzzer? The police investigation documents went directly through me. And I always look over all the documents. It's elementary, Sir Lawyer. Ah. Are you going to make even more trouble for us now, Sir Lawyer? I will not allow any of your usual shenanigans, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. We cannot postpone Luke at mistrials any longer. This is your last chance. Hang on a sec, just one chance? Ha! It seems like the party is about to begin. Well, Phoenix, there isn't any evidence that contradicts that testimony. So it would seem. What do you mean, so it would seem? Listen, Phoenix. Pointing out contradictions doesn't always mean you have to present evidence, does it? In any rate, it is our last chance. If you can't point out a case-breaking contradiction, you lose. That is all there is to it. Cup number 17. The last cup. Wait, what's your counter at picks? Yeah, I thought we'd counted more cups. It seems that the time has come to put this trial to an end. I have to find a fatal contradiction in this testimony. And I need to point out without presenting evidence. Which means all I can do here is find contradictory remarks and press it. Remember, you only get one chance. Very well then, Mr. Wright. Please begin your final cross-examination. So, there's one thing that's very interesting here in this whole thing. He mentions that the light was wearing his damask outfit, and we only learned of this in this trial a little bit earlier. So, this is weird. Mr. Atme, about this last remark. You still don't get it, do you, Wright? This isn't the time to be pressing the witness on every little statement. I'm afraid you're the one who still doesn't get it, Mr. Godot. What? Mr. Atme, it seems that you have finally admitted that you were in the CEO's office on the night of the murder. How can you say that? Let's review your testimony, shall we, Mr. Atme? The button did not have any fingerprints on it. Why? Mr. Delight was wearing his master mask outfit. Is that correct? Indeed, that is what I said. My deductions are absolutely foolproof. More like your deductions prove that you're a fool. I'm sorry, whatever do you mean? For some reason, I'm starting to get really thirsty. When exactly did we learn the fact that Ron Delight was dressed up as Master Mask when he went to the scene of the crime? That was, it was just a few hours ago. Back when my sixth cup was looking up at me with a cold stare. That's right, the defendant had yet to tell anyone this fact before this morning. Therefore, the only people who should have known this are those who have been watching this trial. And do you understand now, Detective Atme? There's no way you could have should have known that fact. I have no idea how he does it, shout out. I think it's just... No, his brews are scalding hot. He keeps talking about them being very hot when he gets them. They are steaming when they come sliding into the side. So, but he does use different blends of coffee. You're in the next courtroom being tried as the Master Mask. So then, enlighten us. How did you know about this piece of information? Come on, this detective must have known about it. He probably had plenty of chances to find out beforehand. Yeah, I suspect that also to be the case, Mina. And it's those chances that I want to discuss next. That night, Mr. Light was wearing his Master Mask outfit. There's one and only one way for Detective Atme to have found that out. Only one way, you say? Please recall, if you will, Mr. Delight's testimony. For a second, my client witnessed the real killer. But Mr. Delight never saw his attacker. So there's no way to tell whether or not he was the real killer, whether or not the real killer was Luke Atme. It's with that statement I'll turn this case on its head. Just what are you implying? Mr. Light saw the real killer, correct? No, if you turn that statement around, it stands to reason that the killer had also seen Ron the Light. Impossible. Detective Atme, you saw Master Mask at the murder scene that night. You saw him when you killed Kane Bullard and insulted Ron the Light. That was the only way you could have known what Ron was wearing. Take a good look, everyone. Unable to find a rival worthy of my genius, I was forced to create one by myself. Here I am, the tragic clown. That's the same line you gave yesterday. But I think there's a little more meaning to it behind it this time. What an awfully complicated incident. Kane Bullard was blackmailing Luke Atme, who was in turn blackmailing Ron the Light. And upon killing his blackmailer, Luke Atme tried to frame Ron the Light. He then claimed to be guilty as Master Mask in order to escape his true crime. And to that end, he came up with his plan to use the double jeopardy rule to when making his alibi. At any rate, it would seem to have finally found the truth. Excuse me. I came perilously close to besmirching a record of an innocent young man. Besmirching him with the title of murderer. Don't ignore me! Oh, I didn't realize you were there. Why wouldn't he be? About the verdict? Why no, you never committed any murder. That's right. I'm so glad you understand that, but I really am Mask to Mask. Huh? So, thanks for the trial yesterday, I'm innocent now, right? What was it you said? Double jeopardy? Now that you mention it, I've been careless. Careless? What do you think, Mia? As the defendant says, the rule of double jeopardy is absolute. A defendant can never be tried twice for a crime when he was once found innocent. Then, Mask the Mask is really innocent? It would seem so. For now. For now. Now then, this court found the defendant not guilty. So yeah, because he was proclaimed not guilty in the trial yesterday, despite like everyone knowing that this is Master Mask, so he's innocent. So yeah, this makes sense, I guess. Boy, this is really lucky. This isn't so good after all. You see, the thing is, I'm still the mask after all, and you did it, Phoenix. Thanks, Mia. It's been a long time, hasn't it? Yeah, it's because Maya doesn't call on me much these days. Oh? I'm just joking, Phoenix. Don't take everything so seriously. But on the other hand, Maya, she seems kind of torn these days. You mean about becoming the master of the Korean channeling school? Becoming the master means saying goodbye to our mother. Misty Faye, right? Watch over her, will you, Phoenix? Of course! Well then, see you around. Mia? Oh, Mr. Wright. I don't know what to say. Congratulations, Mr. Delight. Thank you so much. No, wait. Nothing really matters anymore, though, now that all of this has happened. And come on, just be happy already. Maya, you've been cleared of the murder charges and got up as Mask the Mask to boot. But in exchange, I lost everything. Huh? What do you mean? Stealing security information from KB Security? Becoming Mask the Mask? I did all for one reason. For her. You mean your wife, Desiree? She hates criminals more than anything. Come to think of it, she was once held hostage by robbers, wasn't she? Ship. Set sail. She always said how she hated sneaky criminals. I knew that, but once I got fired from KB Security and I lost all the money I had, she wouldn't have any reason to stay with me. I thought she would leave me for sure. So that's why I became Master Mask? Yes, but it's all over now. A broken bowl can never be put back together. That's not true, right, Nick? Right. Really? Can we go back to the way things were? You'll be fine and Nick can prove it. Can I? I kind of wish you would check with me first. Mr. Light, even if a brawl is broken, there is always a way it can be put back together again. The sacred urn. Desi was the one who found this. Desiree, your wife, she always believed in you, Ron. That's why you'll be fine. You don't have to worry about anything. Ah, there you are! Mr. Light. You did it, Ronnie. You're innocent. I'm so happy. Thank you. I appreciate that, but I suppose you don't want anyone more to do with me, do you? Ronnie, why didn't you talk to me about what was going on? I had no idea you quit KB Security. I never imagined that you were really Master Mass either. Mr. Light, what are you going to do now that you know? You're not going to really leave him, are you? Come on, it's obvious, isn't it? How can I leave such a wonderful man like him get away? After all, my bake is really fast. So way fast that there's no way he could ever get away. But didn't you say that you hated criminals? Oh, I only hate people who act cowardly and sneaky. Like that detective. I see. My Ronnie went and declared his crime before he committed them. Like a man. I just love a man who's so chivalrous. Chivalrous? I knew I was right about you. Every day I spend time with you is filled with thrills and excitement. To Desi. Desiree, you really love Ron, don't you? Nicky boy, yes? I'm really glad I asked you to defend my Ronnie. Thank you so much. I'll never forget what you've done for us. Oh, well, take care of yourselves. You too, Nicky boy. I can feel my face going red. Mr. Nick! Mr. Maya, congratulations! Hello there, Chaotic. Yes, you come back to weird. Kind of the way it is with all of Ace Attorney. Don't think too hard on it. Talk about bad timing. Up with the sleeve. Mr. Nick, how could you? With another man's wife in front of Mystic Maya. I'll never forgive you, ever. So, just as the case came to a close, so did my consciousness. Ron said a broken bowl can never be put back together. But I know that's not true. I mean, just look. Here is a perfect example of that. Of one that was put back together even better than before. She is. And we're finally done with this case. Gods, I have been waiting for that for quite some time because the next case is fun. A recipe for Turnabout. This one is superb. So let's edit the stream. Yes, we have made Maya. So there are 3 more cases. There's a recipe for Turnabout, which we're going into now. It's going to... And then there's a very short one, which is basically just 2 sections. And it's all just trial sections. And finally, there's the grand finale of the game. Oh no, that's too bad, Pix. That is too bad because this part here. Oh, so you don't have to watch it on the VOD because this part here you will absolutely love and you will facepalm like crazy because. How the hell did all of this happen? Because this is dumb, and the judge is dumb, and everyone are just stupid, because how the hell could they fail to do such a basic thing? So, here we go. That's enough! This court sees no further reason to prolong this trial. This case is extremely clear. I see no room for interpretation. It wasn't me! I swear it wasn't me! The evidence and testimony I've seen and heard are conclusive. The victim was alone at the table. They drank this poison. No, you're wrong. I know what to say. I saw. I saw someone else there. A man. He's a real killer. Why won't anyone believe me? Well, I'd say it pretty much wraps this case up, wouldn't you, Mr. Wright? This court finds the defendant guilty. This court is adjourned. Aha! The start of a new year always makes me feel like I can take on the whole world. I bet it does, Maya. So, I decided our resolution should be Zvari! Take on the world! What do you think? Sure, whatever, Maya, but I think maybe you've had more than enough mistletoe cake. Is that a thing? Never! You gotta eat lots of cake during New Year's. It's practically a tradition. Like watching the fireworks on TV or playing a board game. Hey, pal! Detective Gumshoe. Happy New Year, Detective. Likewise. Now listen up, Wright. I wanna... Hey, here's to another fruitful year of loyal police cooperation. Yeah, me too. Alright, pal, you got some explaining to do. Have you got a holiday present for me, Detective? A what? Well, here, I have this. It's not really nothing much, but... Yay, thanks! Look, pal, we need to talk. Take a seat. Hey, what about Pearly? You haven't forgotten about her present, have you? No. I mean, yes. I mean, no. Are you doing this on purpose? I guess I'm busted. How did you like my first practical joke of the year? Very funny, pal. Now, let's see how's it so funny when I show you this. What is it? A magazine? Hey, I want to see. Deadly poisoning brings guilty verdict. Defense attorney Wright trounced? Trounced? Let me see that. The defense attorney gave an almost childishly amateurish performance yesterday. What the heck is this? It's a report, pal, about you. Listen to this. Mr. Wright must take full responsibility for the ruling in this case. Well, and don't tell me you don't remember anything about it. But I don't remember anything about it. When was that issue from anyway? December last year, which makes it last month. Which makes it old news, you mean? But I wasn't involved in a poisoning case in December. So what do you think this is all about, Nick? If it wasn't you, pal, then that leaves only one possibility. No way! You don't mean... a phony Nick? So, remember, I think it was Pix who mentioned it earlier about imitation and someone imitating Phoenix. Here you go. We have a case where we have a Phoenix Wright imitator. I just like it was hit so spot on, and Pix, when you're saying it on the VOD and the archive, I bet you're just going to just... I can see it now.